You think you need more discipline, more action, more creativity, more willpower, more of something. You're just not sure what. And so you push yourself, you try harder. You tell yourself that this time you'll be brave enough, strong enough, productive enough to finally get your work out there. But you're still here, still waiting, still hidden. What if the thing you're missing has nothing to do with discipline at all? I know what it's like to stay hidden when you have something to share. I know what it's like to feel a burning inside of you. The story, the art, the music, the message, and still not be able to bring it out into the world. For me, that was for most of my life. I was a frightened child. Honestly, everything scared me. And as an adult too, a fried nervous system built from a childhood of not feeling fully seen or taken care of and not having enough internal safety to risk being visible. And here's the thing, if you're a creative person, you're probably more sensitive than most people. You have to be. That sensitivity is the very thing that makes your work what it is. You feel a breeze on your cheek and something stirs inside of you. You hear a piece of music and the whole world opens up. You see a landscape and you already know what you want to do with it. That sensitivity is a superpower. But it can also mean that the world can feel like a lot. And the hiding feels like the safest option. For years and years, I stayed hidden. And no amount of trying harder changed that. Last year, I found what I now call the final piece of the puzzle. It's simple, almost embarrassingly simple, and it's called the captive thought method. The premise is this: our thoughts create our emotions drive our actions, and our actions drive the result. That's it. Most of us try to change our results. We try to force new actions to just be more disciplined, more visible, more brave. But if the underlying thought hasn't changed, nothing truly shifts. You can push for a while, but you'll always drift back. So the first step is to switch on your awareness, to start actually listening to your mind without believing everything it says. We have somewhere around 50,000 thoughts a day. Most of them are just on repeat. Old loops, old stories, old fears, running quietly in the background, shaping everything. When you start to notice those thoughts, when you write them down, name them, you begin to see what is actually driving your life. But here's the deal. This is not about positive thinking. You cannot simply swap a limiting belief for a better one. You cannot think your way out of something that lives in your body. If you try to paste a new thought over an old emotion without actually feeling that emotion first, the body will know. It won't ring true. The new thought won't take. The emotion has to be felt and then released. That's the bridge. And once you've walked across it, once you've actually processed what's been sitting there, then a new thought can finally take root. A new thought creates a new emotion. A new emotion moves you into new action. And those new actions start to produce results that you could not even imagine. Like me sitting here doing this. A year ago, I could never have imagined this. Not in a million years would I have believed I could share myself online through video week after week. But here I am, and it started with this. So let me tell you something about the most alive moments that I feel. I write in silence, always have. There's something about the quiet that lets me drop fully into the world building. The Scottish cliff tops, the wild weather, the magnificent dragons. But I need the stillness to hear that story and what it's trying to tell me. But sometimes if I'm about to go into a battle scene, or if I'm struggling to find my way through the next scene, I'll do something just a little different. I'll put in my earbuds, pull up a soundtrack, no words, just music, and I'll dance through the space. In my actual writing space, I'll actually move through it, because being in the body does something that thinking cannot do. It grounds me, it opens something up, and suddenly the whole scene is playing out in my mind. I can see it, feel it, almost touch it, and then I pull my earbuds back out and I jump back in my writing seat and I hammer it out as fast as I can before it fades. That is one of the most alive places I feel. It's inside my story worlds, creating something that didn't exist before. And now, stepping out and sharing these tools with you, that's a different kind of aliveness. And that's what I want for you. Not just the private aliveness of creating, but the full circle of making something and then offering it. Because the gift is not complete until it leaves your hands. When you start applying the captive thought method, really applying it, something begins to move. You start noticing your thoughts. You didn't even know you were thinking before. You start seeing the direct line between those thoughts and the way you've been living. And slowly, as you do the work of actually feeling what's underneath them, something loosens. The years don't have to keep passing by. The adventure you were made for, that is still ahead of you. And it begins with what's happening in your mind right now. I've created a roadmap for you. It's down in the description. It maps out the thought method visually so you can begin to see how the pieces fit together. This week, I want you to do one thing. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Write them down, even just for a few days. You'll begin to see what's been running the show. And that is where we start. We are on a journey together, and I am so glad you're here. Leave me a comment. I would genuinely love to hear where you are on this path. What are you carrying? What are you ready to bring out of hiding? And until next time, take those thoughts captive, and I'll see you soon.